Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is now time for Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. That's right, this is Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. You are tuned in to the right thing, hopefully. Hopefully you meant to click on this. If not, it's creepy. It's awesome. It's still cool. Yes, I'm Jeremy with Lifted Adventures. This is Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour, where I interview other mountain bikers, YouTubers, professional mountain bikers, and people of leading in the industry of mountain biking. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you would, real quickly, make sure you hit that like, that thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button just in case, so you don't miss any more of these. We're going to get straight to it. But first, we have our first sponsor of Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. And let me tell you about them. This episode of Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour is brought to you by one of our sponsors. Our first sponsor, DS Drellick and Associates. They are an independent financial firm ready to meet your portfolio needs. Make sure you guys visit them at their website for more information. It is DS, that is Doug Sam Drellick, DRELICH.com, dsdrellick.com, and I'll make sure I type that website down in the bottom. But getting started with today's awesome YouTuber who I have on. I have the immaculate, the wonderful, the fantastically bearded Rich Moore from Semi-Sendy. Thank you, Rich, for being on my show. How are you doing, and how's the weather up there?
I'm doing great, Jeremy. Thanks for having me. The weather is spectacular today.
Is it spectacular?
Yeah,
You're in Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that would have been bad if I got that wrong. It's not cold up there? A little bit, maybe?
It's been, but today, well, by Florida standards, absolutely.
Yeah.
But today it was, I don't know how warm it got, but it was sunny and it felt great. I could be out in a short sleeve shirt and it felt wonderful.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Oklahoma, so I'd wear a short sleeve shirt and shorts when it's in the 40s here, and people look at me like I'm all weird when everybody's all up in parkas and wearing their, what do they call them, their Uggs. And do they still wear Uggs? I don't know.
I'm wearing some right now.
You're wearing some Uggs? That's awesome. That's cool. That's a brand new pair of underwear. So yes, you are Semi-Sendy, and tell me where did I've always wanted to know, where did Semi-Sendy come from? That's seems like you kind of send it, but don't ever go full enduro.
It actually, the backstory to that is kind of funny. It springs from the whitewater world. Got some friends up in Canada that I do a lot of whitewater boating as well. And have some friends up there, good friends of mine, and we're always kind of joking around. Actually, it's kind of like a community thing. We come up with these funny, half lame slogans.
Yeah.
And Semi-Sendy was one we came up with years back, and I don't know, it felt pretty appropriate for a YouTube channel, and I felt like it took the pressure off of me because I didn't have to actually be Sendy. I could just be Semi-Sendy.
Just Semi-Sendy. You never have to go full.
If I felt good and I felt like throwing down, I could. If not,
Yeah, Semi's good.
Semi.
Yeah, that's okay. That's awesome. That's cool. Well, guys, thank you again for showing up. The way this works, everybody, is you get that little chat bar down in the bottom over. Maybe it's over. Where's my camera? It's over here. Is it over there? I think it's over on that side. Comment, type down in the comments, and get some questions out for Rich, and anything and everything. Well, almost anything and everything flows around here. So get some questions out, and I'll ask them, and I want it to feel like you guys are meeting him and talking to him. This is a unique show. So yeah, so you're up in Tennessee. You're riding some awesome trails, which actually is going to be raced on. What'd you call it? TTC?
Yeah.
It's going to be raced here with Go Nuts Racing here pretty soon. I think the end of this month, right?
Oh yes, the hype is real on that one. It's Trials Training Center in Sequatchie Valley. It's literally the way that Chattanooga sits. We have this whole mountain line. It's kind of a plateaued mountain called Walden Ridge, and it borders the whole city here. I'm right on the bottom edge of it on the Signal Mountain side. And on the other side of that is the Sequatchie Valley. And it's a beautiful, stunning valley over there, full of sandstone cliffs and mountains bordering both sides. And the Trials Training Center it's an internationally renowned moto trials venue.
Mm-hmm.
They have this huge event there called the TKO with Red Bull.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear it's massive, shoulder to shoulder, unbelievable event. And they used to have some downhill mountain biking there, got some trails that existed for years, and I think Downhill Southeast was racing there, etc. And there was a little bit of an access issue at the top, so it kind of fell to the wayside a little bit. But I mean, you could still bike up to the top, and partially up, and lends itself well to like an enduro venue. And Squirrely Dave Moore from Go Nuts recognized that, and he recently brought on Kevin Grimes, also YouTuber, Steady Spin, and their whole crew has been hard at work up there revamping those trails, and they've done an amazing job. It really is truly fantastic what they've done, and they're revitalizing that venue. And for me, I'm 45 minutes away from there. I go right through Suck Creek Gorge. It's a beautiful drive.
That's awesome.
And I'm super excited about it because it's technical, it's gnarly, it's on the level of Windrock Bike Park, and right here by the house.
That's awesome. I always
sound excited.
Yeah,
I'm freaking excited.
Yeah, it sounds kind of exciting. It's every single show I do here, I get more and more. I'm not gonna say jealous. I'm not supposed to be jealous, but I get more and more happy for all of y'all, and would like to be happy for myself to be closer to places like that. That's awesome. We got our. I think we got our first one. There we go. First question. Uriah Chesser is asking. If one were traveling to the Smokies with family, where would Dad sneak off to close by to get dirty on a trail? That is. So I was like, oh, slow down. Okay, so where would Dad sneak off to go to get dirty? To get where would you go?
All right. So as of right now, I go into Knoxville. And probably check out the Baker Creek Preserve area, or if you're looking for more kind of cross-country trail riding, just the whole South Loop in that same area.
Yeah. Fantastic.
If you want some bike park gnarly action, you can get over to Windrock. It's a little bit of a drive. It's about 35, 40 minutes away. But there's more coming. And as I understand it right now, pretty famous trail builder Shaggy has been working on some projects in Townsend.
Mm-hmm.
He's been cutting trail there. It looks beautiful. I think that's going to be really amazing. That's technically in the Smokies, I believe. And there's another section getting approved further up towards the Pigeon Gorge, also either in the Smokies or like right on the edge of it. So these are like big developments for the Smokies, actually.
You said Pigeon Gorge. Is that like Pigeon Forge?
Yeah, so there's the Pigeon River that comes through, and it's not too far from Pigeon Forge. There's definitely a relationship there. Yeah.
So we used to go to Tennessee yearly as a family. We'd go up to Pigeon Forge and all that, and go see the shows and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. But you were mentioning earlier the Chattanooga project. There's a big, huge thing happening with you going on with that, isn't it? You want to tell more about that?
Yeah, not so much with me directly. I'm just kind of a volunteer trying to get my hands dirty up there and
you're
have
part of it.
Fun next door. But Sorba, the Sorba chapter of Chattanooga, has worked with a lot of other folks, mainly the North Chick Creek Conservancy.
Mm-hmm.
Know a lot of the folks that are on the board for both. And North Chick Creek Conservancy discovered they had this parcel of land on the side of Signal Mountain. And really all they needed to do is kind of figure out access points top and bottom. And we'd have about 800 or 900 feet of vertical on a mountain that's loaded with sandstone and some pretty steep pitches. And it's exciting, super exciting for us. Chattanooga is we're very fortunate because we have a ton of great cross country riding here. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Over 100 miles that Sorbo's put in over the years with the help of other folks. They've maintained these trails amazingly. They've built them phenomenally, but not a whole lot that caters towards gravity-oriented riders. And the gravity scene here in Chattanooga is always existed, and it seems to be maybe even growing a little bit now lately. I'm fairly new here. I've been here about 5 years, so I couldn't really say for sure, but it seems to be growing very quickly. And to have something like that at our doorstep would be absolutely huge. And it's not just that. There'll be trails that are going to be friendly to all levels of riders.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be rock climbing opportunities there. There's going to be, the hope is to have a greenway at the bottom, to have maybe even some grills and some,
Wow,
possibly some disc golf and maybe a dirt jump track. I mean,
sweet.
the vision is big,
Yeah.
and it's, the wheels are in motion, and it's very exciting for us, for sure.
That's really cool, and getting more and more. I guess Tennessee is kind of the mid east, the south. Getting some awesome trails over in that area. That's totally cool. I know with the Go Nuts racing, they haven't. I don't know. Is this their first race there? I think this is their first race in Tennessee, and he was telling me
Second,
that a second.
second one at Trials Training Center.
Okay,
So there was one in, was it November?
and
And
that was at. Oh, that's right. That was at TTC, wasn't it? Okay.
it was. That was the first one. Uh, and they came in and they built out the trails, and they've since pretty much doubled 3/4 or 2/3 of the trails. They've doubled them in length and added a bunch of new features to them.
Okay,
So they're like rapidly expanding what's happening there, and
that's awesome.
people are getting excited. Very
Cal
excited.
Colorado Colorado kid. You smiling, so you must know who this is. He said,
Colorado kid.
What will it take to get a Colorado kid statue in place at the park? Asking for a friend."
If you guys haven't seen his channel, he's hilarious. You
I'm gonna have to go.
he's a
I'm gonna have to go
YouTuber
check him out then.
on the West Coast. He's pretty funny.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to check him out.
We'll talk after the show.
That's awesome.
Big donation, huge donation.
Huge donations. That's what it'll take. That's what it'll take. So tell me about Semi-Sendy. What's your whole channel about?
Uh, really just, I really created this description for the channel when I started it 10 months ago, and I really should think about that some more and go back to it. But for me, it's kind of a passion project that spawned out of my love for filmmaking and a dire time in life when March of 2020, I think we all remember what happened that month. And I've been into photography since I was a kid. Got into film about 7 years ago or so, and did a lot of film with my hobbies as well, especially whitewater for a good long time. And getting back into my passion of mountain biking was one of my first loves, and finding myself at a point in time when a lot of my film projects were on hold. I wanted a new challenge. And being on camera, being in front of the camera, being the subject of something out there on the internet that's film related, it's not something I'm really super comfortable with. So I like to push myself outside of my comfort zones, and it seemed like a good opportunity. I really didn't know what I was doing when I started it, honestly. And in the short 10 months or 11 months now, I guess, since I've started it, it's been really, really awesome. And I think what I love most about it is meeting people that are watching the episodes that I'm putting out there, learning about them, finding people who are getting into the sport by watching it, and various other YouTubers as well. I think it helps to create more accessibility, which is super cool. The advocacy of it, just the conversation of it, the sharing of information, and it's been surprisingly awesome.
It's kind of like a club. Like you're with friends, even when you're
Yeah,
in front of your own, just you're by yourself. It's
yeah.
an awkward feeling. It's weird.
It's
It
so weird.
I mean, you're sitting there talking to your camera and acting like you're talking to someone, and you have the persona. And have you gotten to the point? I mean, I've just showed everybody your channel. You're at 1,700, almost 1,800 subscribers now. Have you gotten to the point where people are like, "Oh, hey, Semi-Sendy"? Have you had that happen yet?
Surprisingly, it happens every time I go ride.
That's awesome. It's
Yeah.
I've recently started having it happen to me, and it's the most humbling feeling I've ever had. And I don't know how to react to it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks, appreciate it, man. That's totally
I'm
awesome.
super excited by it, but I'm
Yeah.
also really awkward about it.
Uh
I'm
huh.
like, oh yeah, that's me. And, and like, the cool thing is that I'm like super curious about people and I love meeting people. So it gives me an automatic end to just like find out about who they are. And
Yeah.
a lot of times I see this happens probably most often because I'm not traditionally a park rider, but my girlfriend Allison and I got into riding park this year, and it's a definite thing that happens at the bike parks, and people are always traveling to the bike park, so you get to learn about who these folks are, where they're from. It's just like an instant conversation starter. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
But
That's,
yeah, I blush a little bit.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do
awkward.
too.
I'm like,
I'm that. I'm a really outgoing person, so I'll get
yeah,
out and do stupid stuff in front of people, but
I
I
really
don't know.
like it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want
Yo,
people
same
to
here.
say hi and
Yeah,
talk to me.
that's it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No one should ever feel weird about saying hi to me because I'm definitely more awkward than they are. So
That's hilarious. Let's see. Colorado Kid says, by the way, if you haven't watched his videos or his vids, he should be called Full Cindy. It's always a shredvaganza. So your
really
Colorado
shrug.
Kid thinks you never go semi. You're always full. That's awesome. Sarah says I was out with Allie once, and some dude recognized her from the channel. So is Allie your girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So they're even recognizing her.
Oh, that happens a lot. She
So
gets that a lot, actually. Yeah.
she doesn't want to be on the show, guys. So don't ask for her. She doesn't want to be. I already asked. Um, Blood, Sweat, and Beers says you only ride park. So I know you don't only ride park. Um, so yeah, how many of these Go Nuts races have you done so far? I think we came. I might have I did I meet you at the Coldwater? I might
You
have
look
met you.
incredibly familiar,
Is it
so
the
I feel like we.
balding? Is it the
Now I recognize.
extremely masculine,
Take that hat off.
chiseled face?
Um, yeah, no, I definitely recognize you. It's probably from Coldwater, or maybe just out on the trails at some time.
maybe, whatever. It's okay. I'm famous. Didn't know that. So whatever. So what's your plans for Semi-Sendy here in the future? Right now, you've been doing it for what'd you say, 10 months now?
10 months, yeah.
Kind of trying to find your niche. You kind of seem to have found it. Have that interesting style that you have. Where do you see Semi-Sendy going in the future?
I just want to keep exploring that, and trying new things and stepping outside of my comfort zone a little bit more. Obviously, like travel's the big goal. I love to travel and I love to see new places, and I would love to continue to do that with the channel. A little tough right now. We canceled quite a few trips last year,
Mm-hmm.
due to what's been going on, and
As did
uh,
everybody. Yeah.
yeah, kind of feeling things out this year. Um, I've got a new episode coming on. I probably put it out Thursday. I've been
Okay.
doing Fridays, but I just did Thursday the last time. I might do Thursday again this week. We'll see. And going to do something different. A little series I like to call Average Guy Tries Whatever. And it's basically me trying things that I'm kind of scared to try to do. And this week's episode is Ride Rap.
Okay.
I'm
Ride rap.
super nervous to do that. And so I attempted to do it on a bike, and
Yeah.
I screwed up. And everyone gets to see that.
The sad part is that's going to be your biggest video.
That's fine. I think
That's so sad. You guys are jerks, all of y'all.
that's totally fine. I like I think the transparency of YouTube is really cool.
Yeah.
And it definitely wasn't the product. The product was great, and once I got the hang of it, things got a lot better. But I think it was. I kind of want to just try things that maybe people are nervous to try, and maybe it gives them the courage to try it as well. And yeah, push myself, maybe push the viewers, and try new things. Maybe it'll bomb. Maybe no one will watch it. I'll have like 30 views.
If you have a good name, you could just say you crashed, and it's gonna have good views. It's probably gonna be your best one. They're always like that. Everybody just wants to see people fail. Sarah Ardverson is saying, Rich, where is one specific place in the world you want to go biking that you have never been to?
I'm going to have the most cliche answer.
Yeah, of course. I already know it's coming.
What is it?
Is it Whistler?
It's Whistler.
Yeah, everybody's kind of... This is just what it is. If you haven't been, then that's where it is.
An extended trip up there and check out the whole area, Squamish, check out some of the old North Shore stuff.
Yeah.
I really like that style, and like Mount From and places like that. I don't mind pedaling up a big travel bike and get up there and check out the classics. I think that'd be really cool. Also the Pacific Northwest as well. And that might actually, be more feasible this year. I've got friends out there that I'd love to go visit and spend some time with. So
Blood, Sweat, and Beers is asking you to go to Whistler with him, so
I'll go to Whistler with you.
So there you go.
Let's do it.
You got an amazing group. I'm pretty sure these are all your friends on here. They're making fun of each other and making fun of each other's names and calling each other names, and it's good stuff. I'm glad you guys showed up to give me a thumbs up. There's 13 of you at least. If you're gonna argue with each other, give me a thumbs up for my algorithm. That's awesome.
I'm fortunate to have such a eclectic cast of individuals around me.
So with that, are you a group rider, or are you a solo rider then? It looks like you're pretty much a group rider.
That is so interesting, because I've traditionally always been a solo rider.
Yeah.
And I still love my solo rides, but that has heavily turned in recent history, and I ride more with my crew and with my group, which has really expanded and has gotten pretty big. And I love it. I love that ability to hang out and enjoy those moments with other people and to push each other and to support each other. And we have like a super supportive core group that they're just awesome. And you wouldn't believe the recent history that just the progression that's been happening in that group because of that culture. There's a little bit of smack talk for sure.
It always
but
is.
There's a ton of support.
Yeah.
A lot of support.
It's an amazing community we play in. That's awesome. Sarah says she has no friends, and she's not your friend. She has no friends, so I don't know.
You can put Sarah on mute if you want. Don't tell her I said that. Wait, did she hear this?
She just heard this. So.
Oh, it's embarrassing.
So, outside of mountain biking, you're saying you do a lot of whitewater rafting and all that kind of stuff. That's in Semi-Sendy. Semi-Sendy, you've done some rafting videos, haven't you?
No, but there's been clips from just talking about that portion.
Okay, well that's what I seen then.
Sarah's probably going to make a comment that we're not boaters anymore.
She hasn't yet, so it's on a 17-second delay, so maybe we'll give it a couple of seconds.
20 seconds. It'll hit.
20 seconds, yeah. Oh, she's slower. She's slower than 17 seconds.
She's actually incredibly fast. That's scary fast, actually.
That's hilarious. So, what other kind of things do you do besides whitewater rafting? And I've only been whitewater rafting once. I was in Colorado. It was Colorado, and I was a small kid, and I thought I was gonna die the whole time. That's Have you done some crazy stuff with that? Is it pretty chill rides you're going on? I don't know nothing about whitewater rafting. Tell me about whitewater rafting. We'll get off
Well,
mountain biking for a second.
okay, I had a similar experience as you. My very first time, uh, I was kind of like early 20s, and I went whitewater rafting with some friends on the Upper Gauley in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
This was my first experience, and the Upper Gauley is not a it's not a tame run by any measure. It's definitely one of the bigger ones that you can do commercially. One of the harder ones, and you're supposed to have previous experience. At least then, you were supposed to have previous experience as
Mm-hmm.
a raft customer.
Yeah.
I did not. My friends told me to lie and say that I did. And the event that we were going for,
Good friends. Good friends.
the event we were going for was a party for me actually, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Well, you got to be in the front," and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And I
Yeah.
got in the front of this raft, and you're supposed to kind of like lodge your feet and really get up on the side of the raft and really reach out far to the side with your paddle and dig in and actually have some sort of effect on the momentum and trajectory of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do that. So I was kind of hiding, kind of like tucked into the raft, wouldn't get up on the side. I was terrified. And we had this raft guide. She was probably around my age and maybe a couple years older or something. And she was like 5 foot tall or something, and just this little itty bitty thing on the back of the raft. And she just started screaming at me. I mean, laid into me, completely belittling me and just telling me to like sack up and get out and start paddling. And I was like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get up on there and do that, but I didn't actually get into whitewater until maybe 10 years after that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. It's a great sport. It's a very unique sport. It's very similar to mountain biking in a lot of ways.
Really?
Yeah, actually, Allie and I met through whitewater, and when she wanted to start mountain biking and started getting into that, Allison's only been mountain biking, I don't know, a year and a half or something like that, and she's advanced very quickly. It's definitely she's an incredible skier, incredible rock climber, incredible whitewater kayaker, but mountain biking she's excelling at beyond all of those.
Wow.
And when she first started, I would teach her by relating everything to whitewater kayaking,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked really, really well. So I actually call mountain biking dirt creeking. So creek boating is going down really steep boulder drop creeks
Yeah.
in whitewater, and literally when you get to like little waterfalls where the water's cascading off, you use your paddle and your body and your core strength to help generate lift and motion to come off flat and land flat off of the little small drops. So kind of like mountain biking when you're doing drops and you're trying to keep the front wheel up.
Yeah.
You don't go over the bars. Same sort of concept. In whitewater, they call it boofing because when you go off and you land and the boat hits the water, it makes a boof sound.
Yeah.
So when Allison would come to a drop on a mountain bike and didn't know what to do, I would just say, well, you just boof it. She's like, oh, okay.
That's kind of cool. I'm gonna yell boof when I go off a drop next time. Boof. People are gonna look at me and kick me off the trail.
I guess the sound for mountain bikers would be the sound of rubber hitting dirt and the shock compressing, the little air going through the damper.
It's a little. How'd it go again? Everybody do it. Everybody do it with us. Like teaching elementary school. Let's see. So how? Let's see. Uriah saying, how about Whitewater Center in Charlotte, North Carolina? Trails, rafting, beer. Anyone been to that place? That's what he's saying. North Carolina. You ever gone there?
Interestingly, I have not.
No.
But I know all about it. it's incredibly awesome. Yeah, it's like a national training facility.
Yeah.
Where it's a man-made whitewater park is kind of the center of everything, and they've got rock climbing. They've got walls built there. I believe they have deep water soloing walls where you have basically an artificial climbing wall built on the edge of a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you fall into the water.
Oh, that's cool.
I think they have competitions there for that. I might be confusing that with something else. I feel pretty sure that's the case there. But and also single track all around it. I've seen a ton of video and photos, and know a lot of people that live in that area and go there regularly. And
that's awesome.
Just never made it over there.
Well, we don't have. We're Florida men. We like to find an alligator and jump on that and see how long we can ride that. And we do boof off those alligators, except it's more of a scream than a boof, and it's coming from our own bodies. So
I do feel like this is a really important part of the conversation where we put out a disclaimer that you should probably not Google the term boof.
Ooh.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
It has a lot of different meanings, but yes.
Yeah.
Being a gator could be that could have very serious implications.
See, Sarah is asking me questions. That's not how this works, Sarah. We don't ask me questions about Florida and how I mountain bike Florida mountains. There are no mountains in Florida. However, we do have some awesome mountain biking. We really do. If you don't believe it, you need to come down here and let me take you some places, and you'll cry.
I was just there.
Yeah, you were just there. Yeah, you did. You did Alafaya, or Alafai, how they ever say it down there. Yeah, how was that? That you like that?
It's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that
so
sweet?
Cool. Went to Santos, and I thought it was Alafaya. Is it pronounced a little differently?
I've heard Alafai, Alafia. Most mountain bikers call it Alafaya around where I'm at. So she goes, "What? But it's flat." No, it's really not. There's some areas that are not flat at all. We take Alafaya, I think, is a quarry also. They dig salt quarries and all that stuff and dig it out, and they have ups, downs. Now you're gonna pedal for it, but it kicks butt.
You can get gassed,
bro, bad. And you see people like will
underestimate it, don't they?
They do. They'll be like, "Wait, what is this?" Because up in Tennessee and most places with mountains and everything, you have a steady climb. Well, here it's not a steady climb. You're gonna have to go up over a freaking palmetto root that's the size of your kneecap, and you're gonna have to do that several times and keep pedaling until you get to the top. Then you have a quick short down, and then have to do it again. So
yeah.
We get in shape.
It's legit. It's absolutely don't underestimate Florida. I'm
No.
I'm going on the record saying that right now. It's it is punchy up and down, and your heart rate will be through the roof. You try to hammer out some of those trails, and you are going to be in for a world of hurt.
How'd you like Santos?
Loved it.
You see, I haven't been to Alafaya. Santos is a regular for me. So
Santos was amazing. I mean, I granted I didn't really get to explore the vast majority of it. I went to the Vortex Pit area and focused my time there, and the dirt jump area was reopened, and there was a whole crew of people there going huge. I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal. I did an episode on it, and I spent a lot of time just filming people doing backflips off dirt jumps. And
yeah, dude.
Super cool. Go check it out. I mean, you can just go there and spectate.
Well, you can spend a whole day at Santos and
Yeah.
not ride the same thing. It's huge.
No, I'd have to go back 2 or 3 more times just to ride everything there. It was unbelievable.
We got Josh from Daily Mountain Bike Rider, Daily MTB Rider. He's saying if I didn't have a channel name already, I'd think I'd pick sorta Sendy. It's hilarious. Someone's saying they have a leg amputated. Nearly. Oh,
Nearly.
dude, so that's Daddy shreds. So stuff is going on. I don't know what they're talking about. You got crazy friends, bro. Yeah, Josh, you got to come. But yeah, what do you have planned for this year? You're going to be doing the TTC race here. You got any more races you're going to be doing? Are you going to be doing? Are you joining? Did I talk to you about being on the team? Are you going to be on a team with Go Nuts?
No, I don't have any. We loosely have a joking team amongst my friends.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have a kind of just joke logo for that, but we haven't really done anything with it. So no, just open on that end of things. I think Allison and I's our main focus. We're going to do the whole Downhill Southeast series, which is completely new to us. We've been riding bike parks on trail bikes. We just recently picked up downhill bikes and learning more about that discipline, and just kind of we really enjoy those events and the camaraderie of those events. They're totally different than, I used to race endurance racing cross country in my 20s, and it's a completely different sort of atmosphere. And
cross country running?
No,
actually riding. Okay.
Yeah, I got really into there's the NUE 100 series, if you're familiar with that.
Sounds familiar.
It's the National Ultra Endurance Series, a 100-mile mountain bike race. It's
Mm-hmm.
like Leadville 100 is part of that.
Yeah.
And I used to live right adjacent to Stokesville, Virginia, which is where the Shenandoah Mountain 100 was. And that was kind of
That's stuff of my nightmares, dude. That's nightmare stuff to me. I have to. I like climbing, but I don't like climbing that much, and I don't like. Oh, that's just begging for pain. I don't know. Understand it.
If it's a long, steady climb, it's not so bad. But you get to come down to those Florida little punches, and it crushes me. It's a totally different type of.
Did you ride Graham Swamp? Did you go up through Palm Coast? Okay. Next time you come down, you got to go ride Graham Swamp, and your short, punchy climbs that you did at Alafaya and Santos. It's only 6.8 miles, but it makes you beg to be done. It's awesome.
Nice.
It's awesome.
I hear Carter Road is really good too. I think it's Lois Harp.
Carter Road. You have Carter Road, and you have
And Bomboyette.
Bomboyette. I hear Bomboyette's better. You see, if I'm gonna drive that far, I'm gonna go up to North Carolina, or I'm gonna go to Georgia or Tennessee. It's about the same distance for me to go a little closer, but I'd rather take the trip up north. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carter Road and Bomboyette.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get back down there and ride those potentially before the weather warms back up.
Yeah, it's gonna get warm.
Yeah, I'm not coming
Florida.
down to Florida once that happens. I am probably one of the sweatiest individuals you'll ever meet in your entire life. So Florida in summertime and myself, and no, it's not happening.
I won't hug you. I'll stay away. Let's see. I'm curious. Josh is asking. I'm curious. Semi-Sendy, top 3 things you love and don't like about your high tower. That's one bike I'd love to have. Yeah, I'd like to have a high tower or a mega tower. Mega tower is actually what I really want. But what's 3 things you love and 3 things you don't about your high tower?
Let's start with the things I don't like. Get that out of the way. I have one major gripe with the high tower. That bike is so incredibly capable. For a 140 mil travel trail bike, that it deserves to have the option to ride a coil on it, in my opinion. I really love the feel of a coil on a longer travel bike, and I think that's something that bike should be able to rock with pride, and it can't. The tunnel on it that the shot goes through is too narrow, and coils rub on it, and it's kind of a bummer. So that's a big gripe. I don't really know. Maybe I have a hard time coming up with other complaints about it. Everybody likes to complain about the paint not being so great on it, but I feel like everybody has that complaint about every single manufacturer.
I mean, like chipping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really notice it to be any more abnormal than any other bike.
I have heard a little bit, but I hear more about Yetis than I do about Santa Cruz's.
Yeah. Yeah, it pedals incredibly well. I would say that the stock linkage, lower link on it is definitely seems to be a little more geared towards pedal efficiency and maybe being 140 mil travel rather than something else. And there's a company called Cascade that makes a link for it that is absolutely phenomenal and completely transforms that bike. So yeah, you do have to kind of do some modifications to it to get it to where I personally like it.
Cascade's doing some awesome things. They got stuff for my Kona also. So,
they really are, and everybody. I have a bunch of friends that have gotten various Cascade links from bikes. Allie has one for Sentinel, and everybody loves them. I mean, they really do unlock kind of the small bump sensitivity and ramp up in progression, and the bikes feel like absolute beasts when you put them on. And the pedaling efficiencies, in my opinion, is still there. And maybe the climbing traction's even improved because of that small bump and sensitivity is a little better.
So what's your top three? Yeah, top three.
Top three I love. I love the fact that I get free bearings for life. I've already taken them up on that. That's fantastic. The warranty, they really stand behind their products. And the ability to be able to have a bike that's so light and gets uphill so efficiently, but when you turn it and point it downhill, it's just a beast. I mean, that's just awesome to me. And I have this new downhill bike and I've ridden it 4 or 5 times. I'm still faster on the high tower. Really? Even at places that are, designed for a big travel downhill bike. Still faster on the high tower. Now, of course, that's what I'm used to and I'm accustomed to, but it's just a phenomenal bike. I'm kind of like wondering this first downhill Southeast race, am I going to race in dual crown or am I actually going to go single crown and race the high tower?
See, Josh is, because I said mega tower, he said mega tower is for quitters, and I just silenced him. He is now rebuked from this channel. Sorry, Josh.
I want to know why it's for quitters. I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Josh is a hardtail guy, so he likes to buy those Walmart bikes and stick with those. He's an interesting individual. He's one of those.
Is that MTB Trail Rider?
No, that's Josh. Yeah, Daily MTB.
Rider. Daily MTB. Yeah, I love his channel. Yeah, no. He's actually one of the early YouTubers I watched quite a bit. So hey, shout out Josh. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, Josh. I've known Josh since I started my channel. He actually helped me a lot. So Josh is awesome. Daddy Shreds is asking, do you wish you had a Bronson, the better version?
No, I'm 41. Like I said earlier, I'm a grown adult, and so I don't really like the small kitty wheels.
Oh, because he said right before that, he said he probably wished the high tower was 27.5. The kitty wheel.
I think I would love to have a Bronson. I'd love to have a 27.5 bike that I could go have fun on these local trails on for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, Josh is saying he just got the Ripley AF.
Nice.
An awesome bike.
Yeah. I have a really good buddy that just got a Ripley AF as well, and he's out there smashing on that thing the last couple of weeks. He's already put all these huge gouges in the down tube, and I'm like, man, you're just getting too crazy with that bike.
Wow.
He loves it. Yeah.
That's hard. I've always liked Santa Cruz, just never could find the perfect deal on one, and found my bike and fell in love, but we'll see. Maybe that'll be my next bike. And I do still want the Mega Tower, Josh. I'm sorry. So
how lucky are we that we have all these awesome brands?
Isn't that awesome? Like it literally is amazing. The progression we've come from in bikes over the past even 3 years is insane. We have so much option, so much choice, and so much. Color. You don't like that bike in that color? Okay, cool. Trek will sell you theirs, and I'm sorry I said Trek, but get you in a different color.
You're so lucky. I mean, I think a lot of my a lot of my hesitation to leave the cross country world, 15 years ago, was I did not like any of the full suspension bikes. They didn't pedal very well. Um, they were a lot to upkeep and maintenance. I constantly had, creaks coming out of mine, and it would drive me insane. And so I was a steel is real, single speed, full rigid hardtail person for life. And now I just sold my last hardtail 2 weeks ago.
It's okay. Um,
What happened? I don't know what
I
happened.
started on a hardtail and I hated every minute of it. I don't know why I did,
I
but
love them. I love. I will always. I'll never tell anybody not to get a hardtail. I think they're amazing.
I won't either. I'll tell people start on a hardtail, but ever since I went to full suspension, I no maybe I'm just soft, and I'm soft. Wife would
Yeah.
tell me I'm soft. Like I
So
hear her
you
yelling at me, "You're
start
soft."
on a hardtail.
Yeah, I started on hardtail, and I just started on a bad hardtail though. That was the issue too. Hardtail wasn't a good hardtail for me. And what was sad is one of the people that's chatting on here suggested that hardtail in one of his videos, and that's the one I got. But it just wasn't for me. For some reason, maybe I have a weird inseam, but it seemed they're not for quitters. Josh, stop saying stuff like that. Um,
What hardtail?
I'm. Hold on a second. I'm quieting him. I'm shutting him. I don't know how to do that. Um, it just didn't fit me right, and so it just didn't feel good. It never felt good on me. And
Yeah.
when I borrowed a full suspension and went to Santos and did that the D1 drop, uh, it was perfect. It felt good, felt amazing, and I wasn't scared. I guess, and that's what kind of I was scared on a hardtail. And you can I'm soft. There it again. My wife's yelling it again. I'm soft, so it's okay. It's okay. I ride.
Jeremy's super soft pedal hour.
I'm a super soft pedal hours. Okay.
No, I agree. I think everyone should start on a hardtail. You
Well,
learn so much more.
yeah, it gets your
You really
fundamentals, and
do.
you don't take the full suspension in to you can see what you really can do.
Yeah, I think one of the things that is so easy to forget, especially with modern full suspension bikes, is that your body is the primary suspension.
Hmm.
The bike suspension is totally secondary, and then we get wrapped up in like um, the marketing of it all, and kind of
Yeah.
forget those things. And hardtail is what's going to teach you that. And I'm super grateful to have all those years riding that. And I always encourage people to get started on a hardtail and learn the fundamentals there. And if you maybe you stick with that, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sad that I just got rid of my Hanzo. So
You're about to cry. This is a. I wish I had some sad music I could play right now.
I
I'll
definitely
put it
shed a
in.
tear.
All I have is techno.
I shed a tear when it left, but luckily it went to a friend, so that helped.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you're riding the high tower, and your girl's riding. What'd you say? She's got the
Sentinel,
Sentinel.
Transition Sentinel. She has a hardtail though. She has a Hanzo.
Okay.
It's
Uh,
beautiful.
Transition's making some. They got a good company. I know my a buddy. He bought one second hand, or he was third hand, or something like that onto it, and the triangle broke. Something broke on it, and he just called him up and, hey, how much would it take to replace this? And, oh, we'll send you one right now. Well, I'm not the original. No, that's not how we work. Supposedly they work really good, and we'll send you it. Just remember, hardtail, hard life, and man, that's the life for me. That's a good story, Josh. Good times.
I love it.
I'm giving him a hard time.
Have a good
Uh,
day with that.
that's awesome. So you were telling me about a brand you're about to be a part of, or are part of, this Jersey brand.
Yeah,
You're super excited about it. Tell me more about that.
yeah. I now officially, I haven't made an announcement anywhere else, but I guess I now have an official channel affiliate um, called F Brands, and I was pretty excited about it actually. I did not foresee myself having a channel affiliate at this point in time. Um, I'm still a non-existent, pretty much YouTuber at this point in the big scheme of things. You know, you've got people out there that are, 30,000, 130,000, 2.3 million,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see that as something that's happening, but I just happened across this guy Paul who owns F Brands out at Coldwater in Anniston, Alabama, and he had this jersey on, and it really struck me as being really unique and really cool. And I'm kind of adverse to most mountain biking jerseys. I don't know why. A lot of the designs don't really appeal to me. And he just had some really unique, cool, non-branded designs, and I really like the cut and the feel of them. And so we've teamed up. I believe in what he's doing. He's based out of Atlanta. It's only he's actually on the north side of Atlanta. He's only about an hour and a half from me in Chattanooga.
That's cool.
And
what's their website? I'll post it up on the link.
It's F, as in Frank, -brands.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
Boom! Shout out to F Brands. That's awesome. And you were saying you don't like the moto style. These guys do more of the comfort kind of jerseys, right?
Yeah. Like you won't actually see F Brands listed on anything on the jersey, just inside the tag in the back. And just more kind of artistic, pen and ink sort of designs. I've got one. I think my favorite one's it's the Lucky Cat.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has Lucky Cat from like the
Asian.
Yeah.
From
You'll see it a lot in
Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, it's kind of an omen of, I guess, for prosperity. And Lucky Cat has a big sprocket.
Yeah.
Instead of a clock, usually has the clock.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. The back has got a little fortune cookie on the back that's cracked open, and the fortune says, "That which comes up must come down." And really cool design, just kind of a print design on the back. Unique, really neat, unique stuff. So
that's cool. They do just jerseys or?
Yeah. He's got a few other things, some hats and things like that. And I think I have one here actually. This wasn't planned, I swear, but it just says pedal. Just very basic, straightforward.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Put it up a little closer there.
Sweet.
I'm
seeing a guitar back there, dude. You play guitar? Or you just hang? You're not gonna pick it up? Come on.
No.
Just do a little jam.
Touched the guitar in a long time.
It's not even. It's
been back there.
blow on it. Dust all over the place.
It's shown up in a couple little like some Instagram stories or something. I've gotten some comments from some people about it, but I've got a set of new strings for it I got recently. I just haven't put them on yet.
I should have had you do that before the show. Bummer.
So it's been 2 weeks practicing to play Stairway to Heaven or something.
Yeah. Free bird. We're still talking about Florida. This is crazy. People are still talking about Florida.
Florida's rad.
I guess so. I try not to put it down too much, but that's awesome. So where's your plans this year? Are you gonna get anywhere that you haven't gotten out to? Where's Semi-Sendy gonna be riding this year?
We hope to go up to New Hampshire and spend some time. Allie's parents have a cabin on Newfound Lake in Hebron, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And it's about 45 minutes from Highland Bike Park.
Okay. Yeah.
Super popular. And from what I understand, about 2 hours from Thunder Mountain and about 2 hours from Killington.
Sweet.
And so we're hoping to go. We both fortunately work remotely, and so we're hoping to go up there and spend some time with their parents, work remote, and check out those bike parks while we're up there.
That's awesome.
That's the big trip right now that we have planned.
Any plans ever to go to your the shrine of mountain biking?
Hey, if things get better this year and the borders open back up and it seems feasible, yeah, we'll probably try to push for it this year. If not, I mean, I've got to hope that 2022 brings us a Whistler trip. So
I'm hoping this year is going to be happening. I hope it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to Jordan Boostmaster a couple weeks ago, and yeah, he's ready for things to get back and ready. It's a sad time, but it's all good. It'll happen.
Yeah. Patience.
Can't say my name either. What? Oh, I can't say your name either. What's her last name? Sarah's last name. Arvidsson.
Ardvarkson is how you pronounce it.
Arvardson?
Ardvarkson. It's like kind of like the animal, but
it's ARVID.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Ardvarkson. I'll just call you Ardvarkson. Sarah Ardvarkson.
She'll love that.
She's never gonna come back to my show ever again. It's easy though. Sarah. I said Sarah. I didn't say anything else. This is wonderful. Okay, so we're almost done. If you haven't given a thumbs up, give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I have Rich's link, his channel down in the description below. Make sure you go and check that out. Rich, to close this out, give me, it's been hard lately, but give me your favorite quote. It can't be the lucky cat one that you had on your back, but give me your favorite quote. Most inspirational quote per se.
Oh man,
I didn't tell you. I told you this is just random, so I might have to start telling people, hey, you're gonna have to come up with a quote.
Yeah, I'm bad at getting put on the spot.
Okay, cool.
You would do this.
This whole thing is put on the spot, so
fair enough. That's why this whole thing's been bad.
yeah, this is terrible waste of an hour. Horrible.
Only on my side. I'm sorry.
Only on that.
So terrible.
Let's see. Shred Shed. Here's one for you. Shred Shed goes, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That's actually one of my favorites. I'll go with that.
I gotta watch that movie
I was
again.
actually more thinking. Usually I would have a Big Lebowski quote like right off the tip of my tongue that would come out, and I'm just drawing blanks.
It's okay.
I don't know. That's
okay.
just like your opinion, dude. You know.
You are forgiven. But like I said, everybody, his Rich's website, but his YouTube channel, Semi-Sendy, is down in the description below. And look at that right there. That is Alafaya. That is just south of me, and Santos is that too. Dude, Rich, I appreciate you so much for hopping on here and just talking stupid with me. And obviously, everybody, I appreciate you being in the background, making fun of each other. And Josh, I appreciate you making fun of me and my full suspension bikes. I appreciate everybody on here. Make sure you hit that subscribe and the like. And like I say every single time, guys, make sure you lift up God, lift up life, lift up the adventure. Get out there, make your own adventures. Go and check out Rich's channel. Oh, Rich, since you don't have a closing quote, do you have a closing saying that you say on your channel?
I don't.
You don't even have that. God, this is a waste of a time. This is terrible.
I'm a YouTube failure.
YouTube, I don't know how you have so many subscribers already.
I pay people.
You pay people? You're one of those. Oh, okay. Sponsor.
I have a marketing firm that's 1,791 people.
There you go. And that's why you're never going to grow. It's just going to go beep. Oh, take it away. No, that's a fake person. Dang it. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for hopping on. Make sure you guys come back on the next time on Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. I'll see you guys next time. God bless. Awesome.